Ladies and gentlemen and everything in between, welcome to D- Podcast, courtesy of Circle/TV. I'm Chris.
I'm John.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today we are discussing No Contest. From, when did this come out? I wrote it down. March 2nd.
1995.
March 2nd, 1995. It stars Shannon, Tweed, Andrew Dice Clay, Robert, I don't know if it's Davi or Davy, but I've seen this dude in 1,000 things. And then, of course, Roddy Piper.
When you told me Andrew Dice Clay was in this movie, I was really excited to watch it. And he did exactly what I thought he was going to do.
Well, to be fair,
I found this movie by accident because I had a DVD that I bought at a record store in Pittsburgh for like $6. It had 4 movies on it. And I had that for like a year. And I noticed, 3 weeks ago, that there's multiple movies on the DVD, and one of them starred Andrew Dice Clay. So I'm like, oh, we got to watch this one. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, to be fair, in this movie, he's credited as Andrew Clay.
Not
Andrew Dice Clay.
That is literally one of my first notes.
Also, did you guys have it where it was kind of difficult online for it to be shown that he was in the movie? Because there were multiple websites that did not have him listed as in the movie.
It was very difficult for me to find almost any information about this movie online. In fact, when I tried to look up the synopsis before we watched it, it was like
tried
one line.
to cut it out of his life.
He might have.
That might be why the Dice name came into play.
Yeah,
could be.
That's why the Dice came into play.
The Dice Man.
The Dice Man. But okay, so real quick, it's IMDb gives it a 4.5 out of 10. And IMDb's description of the movie says Andrew Dice Clay takes over a hotel during a beauty pageant, taking several pageant contestants hostage since one of them is a rich senator's daughter. That sounds like the dumbest. But like also just grammatically, this is stupid.
Well,
then Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 16%.
Listen, I've seen the movie.
Yes, we all watched this today.
Yeah,
and that's the entire thing.
Yeah,
like, that's it in one sentence, and they just drag it out for an hour and 39 minutes of just
of them trying to.
Was it that? Oh yeah, it was an hour.
It was an hour and 39 minutes exactly. Trust me, I counted every second.
Yeah,
for $10 million in diamonds. And I don't know how easy it is to sell diamonds, but
right.
Yeah, he talked about that.
I'm like, why would you get? First of all, only $10 million. Like you open your your whole situation with murdering like a dozen people.
Yeah,
which could have been hostages to like
exactly.
And you're going through all of this shit for only $10 million. And yeah, in diamonds, you still got to sell the fucking diamonds. Like, what's the point of all that?
Yeah, and also, if you're trying to go like untraceable, diamonds can be traced by the way that they were cut and everything like that. So there's no route to go on that. Also, speaking of killing people that could have been hostages, why did they not kill the bodyguard guy while they had a gun pointed at him for like 5 minutes straight, and then they just kicked him out of the building? I was so confused.
I was about to ask which time.
Oh yeah, the first time when he was like trying to save them while they were on stage, he was walking up with his gun, and then the guy came up with his gun behind him, and then they just were like, get rid of this fucking cripple or something like that, and then they kicked him out.
Yeah, well, I also know, because one, like, you have another guy in there with a gun who's ready to shoot like the ringleader of your heist here or your hostage situation, and you just like, get out of here, kid. But also, if I noticed this right away, like he waited like a long time to put like the I don't know if we can call them terrorists or whatever the fuck they are. Dude already had the gun to the back of his head as he just continued to pull his gun out. I was like, it's there. And he's like, probably nothing. Like, just pulls the gun out anyway and then stops. It was fucking ridiculous.
The first thing I saw in the movie that I related to a lot though was the like film director. I forgot what they're called, but the guy that like picks which camera is showing at which time for the TV shows and stuff like that. I forgot what they're called.
Is it just director?
I put him down as director. I can't remember if there's something else. But he just starts chugging Alka-Seltzer, and I was like, oh, that's like such a classic thing to fucking have to be doing.
Oh boy, gotta do this.
Any live show, there's always at least one guy that's just like fucking chugging that shit constantly.
Yeah, like stressing before it even starts.
Yeah.
I will say for the first probably, I think we stopped it at about 14 minutes, and we stopped it at like I think 7 minutes.
We stopped it several times just to like yell at each other. What is happening?
Yeah, no, I looked at him and I was like, did I miss something? Because I really don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Like,
it just jumps right the fuck in.
Well, it jumps right the fuck in, and you think there's going to be this like really wonderful development of storyline as it's coming out. Like, you know, the story's being told in fucking reverse or something, and it's like there's gonna be this incredible plot development, and there's very little. I had no emotional attachment to any of the characters in this movie whatsoever. I didn't honestly give a shit about what any of them were doing. It was just unbelievable the amount of nothing that happened after the first 9 minutes where everything seemed to happen. And then it was just that for another hour and a half. It was just
I have so many notes just for the first 15 minutes of this movie.
I thought the movie was going to transition into. I thought it was going to be less shallow of a movie when the Miss Germany said violence in films must not destroy our family values. I thought it was going to go into like a political thing, and then he was going to like want to be against violence or something like that, and that was going to be like.
You had really high aspirations.
I thought Andrew Dice Clay was going to go on this thing about like how family values in America.
Okay, that might be the reason why he changed his name, because that is not in line with anything that we know about that person.
That's why I thought it would be an interesting role for him, and then it was not. It was not at all. For him. And it was literally whatever.
It's exactly what you expected Dice as a villain to be in an action movie, which essentially is just one of the slew of Die Hard ripoffs. But going back to that with him just being credited as Andrew Clay, I also noticed that Roddy Piper was just credited as Roddy Piper. So like, was this supposed to be like their serious acting?
I think this was them going for it, really.
No way.
I think so.
Because it didn't work. And I think it was by removing the nicknames, they were probably trying to do that. But the only thing that makes me think that's not correct is something else I wrote down. Is that later in the movie you notice that Roddy Piper, a wrestler, is watching wrestling on TV.
Easter egg.
And then also
fan service.
And then also at a point like lifts like a woman over his head and I think spins around and then throws her like a wrestling move. It's like, we know who you are.
No, he's paying an homage to his,
to himself.
To his
other lifestyle. But definitely.
Hey guys, in case you forgot.
No, it was so fucking cheesy the whole time. If they were attempting to make any kind of, shift into a serious acting position.
This wasn't it.
A movie where a guy uses his cane as the ultimate
Oh my
tool.
god!
Listen.
Yeah, I wrote down geriatric Spider-Man.
Oh my god, it was so ridiculous,
absurd.
The first time when he like grabbed the door with his cane when he could have for sure reached it with his hand, I was like, oh, this is gonna be this movie. It's gonna be this.
Well, then
movie.
all
down like. I prefer
it's
my
his dominant
bodyguard.
hand. He didn't want to drop the cane. You just use it.
Just go for it. Honestly, I was like, I prefer my bodyguard because like we see that he has a limp in the beginning. I prefer my bodyguard doesn't have a limp and a cane.
Yeah, not to be like an
Trump.
ableist
You're supposed to be
asshole,
like,
but
I don't want to be like that. But also like, I mean, he can't run after anybody.
I thought the big twist was gonna be he could walk fine. I was so
Dude,
waiting.
he
for
rolls
it.
down that roof at the end of the movie and he like lands on his feet and then picks the cane up and is like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be crippled.
The other thing about that too that I mentioned to her is that when he's like climbing around on the roof and he stops and like looks back and then it's like, but he's just sitting still. I'm like, were we supposed to know he's afraid of heights? Like what?
I don't know.
This doesn't. Why?
I didn't get that at all.
He's just laying there. But going back to some of my earlier notes in the movie. Did you watch this on Amazon or on
Amazon?
You didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch it with subtitles?
No.
Okay, because I watch most of the subtitles because I miss shit. But like speaking of miss is it's the Ms. MS Galaxy, but every subtitle for the whole movie says Miss, and half the contestants keep sounding like they said like it was in the first 9 minutes where we stopped, and that was one of the questions we had, like, is it the Ms. Galaxy or the Miss Galaxy? Because everyone's saying something different.
Well, I have an actual question that might make me sound dumb, but I really want to know, what is the actual difference between
I always thought
the
it was
two?
just like
an abbreviation for that.
I always thought it was just
like
a thing in the 90s where people wanted to be called Miss or Mrs.
I mean, technically the definition between Ms. and Mrs. is that one is married and one is not. But Ms. is supposed to be a pretty much like ambiguous term that says you can be married or you can't be married.
Yeah,
or like,
just not. Yeah, you're just not saying.
So then why wouldn't it just be that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't understand anything about this movie. I'm not even going to lie to you.
No, I also didn't understand at the beginning because I don't remember who you said was it mentioned the violence and stuff like that.
Miss Germany.
Yeah, Miss Germany. Good, because that's what I want to talk about. Miss Germany. Why is Miss Germany like have the best American accent out of anyone else from another?
It was foreshadowing.
Yeah, I guess, but I was just like...
But I was very confused at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
every
why?
contestant from every other country has the accent of the country you're from, except for Miss Germany.
It was very obvious. They were trying to shove it in our faces in the very beginning.
I guess, but I didn't get it. I guess I thought they were just like, oh, we
couldn't find a German.
anybody with a German accent.
Or anyone that could
fake it.
convincingly fake it.
But also, to be fair, when they were all in the dressing room and Miss Canada was like, oh my God, guys, we should all get each other's numbers. And they're like, yeah, right. I was like, of course they gave that to Miss Canada. Miss Polite, Miss Canada.
So nice. Let's all be friends after this.
And
she won at the end, so she was the real winner.
I know.
After what's-her-face got her head blown off. So
France.
Miss France.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It was Miss France.
French Canadians win, not actual French people.
Nobody
But
wins when they're French
Well,
Canadian.
it's funny because actually this movie was shot in Canada.
Was it?
Yes.
What, Toronto or what?
Shit, I forgot. I just wrote Canada.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
didn't
It was
fucking-
either.
They're all the same place.
It's just one big place.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
and also in the very beginning of the movie when they're all in that dressing room, with the exception of a couple people that looked obviously different, I was like, these girls all look the fucking same. How am I supposed to tell
Yeah.
them apart? Like, I really,
Oh yeah.
it was almost impossible. I mean,
Well, there
obviously
was
through the movie.
the black girl.
Yeah.
The one black
Right.
girl.
And the one
And
Asian
then there
girl.
was every other white girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's like several times throughout the movie she kept on like, I don't know who this is. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's the same.
But also,
if
it
you don't
like,
have the sash,
didn't
I don't know.
matter.
It really
Exactly.
It was what
They
kind of
didn't-
sucked.
They didn't
because
give any of them any kind of character
Yeah. There was
differentiation at all.
Shannon,
Yeah.
I think, is the.
I don't
older
remember a
lady.
single name.
I think it was Shannon, the jujitsu lady or karate or whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, was it this thing that you were trying to do?
yes, that thing.
No, I don't think.
oh,
Was
yeah,
her name
the-
Shannon?
Yeah,
I
it was.
believe
It was
Shannon Tweed or something like that.
No, it. Her real name? Yeah, Shannon Tweed. Her character's name was like similar.
Sharon.
It was Sharon. I
Oh,
think.
that's why I got fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's right. That's
But what's funny is like I didn't realize this at first. Like, well,
Sharon
I looked,
Weed.
I looked up Sharon Weed.
We're all Sharon Weed.
Sick,
We should have been
dude.
Sharon Weed.
But I did look at like stuff that the other people have done. Obviously everyone knows Dice, and especially at this point, he was already like an accomplished, stand-up comedian. But he was in like a handful of bullshit movies. Roddy Piper was a WWF at the time WWF wrestler. But he was also famously in They Live, which is amazing. And he was in Hell Comes to Frogtown. Robert Davi. I didn't realize this dude's got like 130 credits.
Wow.
The Kane dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, whatever. Yeah.
You look familiar.
He was in Goonies, Maniac Cop 2 and 3. He was in Showgirls, Predator 2, Action Jackson. And speaking of Die Hard ripoffs, he was in Die Hard. And this movie. And
Well,
the Die Hard ripoff.
Let me just go on the record, and I know it will not surprise anybody to know that I mean, obviously, I've seen Andrew Dice Clay before. My parents are big fans, and I don't think I need to tell any of you this, but
Doesn't surprise me.
Andrew Dice Clay did play Lady Gaga's father in A Star Is Born.
Yeah, I didn't write
Weekly
that down because
Gaga
I knew
plug.
you'd
But
mention
anyway,
it.
Wow.
so, but
I wish people would have told me that. Then I would have watched the fucking movie. But now, it's just like,
he was actually really good in that movie, believe it or not.
Right. Andrew Dice Clay is fucking great in not the best ways.
Don't.
but
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't put this in the episode.
he's so not a good person, but
Well, anyway, what I was gonna say was, other than that, these other people that you're talking about, and apparently the woman in this movie, which everybody is complaining about that she doesn't get naked. I had no fucking
Shannon
idea.
Tweed?
I have
Yeah,
no fucking
okay.
idea who she is. I don't know who any of these other people
Well,
are.
I have information about Shannon
except for
Tweed.
Andrew Dice Clay, and I know that I've seen Roddy Piper and things before,
Yeah.
but like I literally. That other person that you mentioned with 130 credits, I
Yeah.
would not be able to pick him out of a fucking lineup. If I saw him on the street, I would just be like, get the fuck out of my way. Like, I don't know who this guy is. Actually, after watching this movie, I would definitely say that to him because I did not enjoy this
Only
that much.
if he had a cane. Like, no cane, who? I don't know you.
he's
But
like,
Shannon Tweed was apparently Playmate of the Year in 1982, which is funny that you're saying how like people were complaining that she didn't show her tits because she was Playmate of the Year in 1982. She's starring like various like low budget erotic thrillers, and she's married to Gene Simmons.
okay.
Oh.
And I never watched the I guess Gene Simmons had a reality show.
It's called
So
Family
she's-
Jewels.
I don't think I ever saw it.
I
but-
don't
seen
think I've
it.
ever watched it either, but
I've seen it.
Have
So-
you really?
So you probably saw her a lot then, but
It's not that quality. It's not really.
how does
Define
it compare
quality.
to this?
It's about the same.
Compared.
I think honestly,
Like
it was
Love
a
After
it was a
Lockup,
spin-off
90 Day
series.
Fiance.
Yeah,
Family Jewels.
Family Jewels on the bottom.
yeah, it's like Love After Lockup mixed with the Kardashians kind of thing. Just
Uh.
yeah. And then wanted to
Weird
be
combo.
the Osborne.
Yeah.
What was the Osborne show called?
The Osbournes.
I think it was the Osborne. Yeah. I think you nailed it.
I also wanted to know why the son of the casino owner was playing the part of Andrew Dice Clay. Because here's I was like, you have the guy right over there.
He's there.
He's right over there. You could use him.
They didn't recognize him because he's a master of disguise.
Oh boy.
Which if we want to get into his disguises, seriously, the first time we see him on screen, I'm just looking like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Is this supposed to pass as a legitimate like disguise? You know, like, he runs into fucking Kane. I don't even remember his name.
He has a wig,
and he's
Party City Shake and Go.
It's
like
like the
didn't even
worst.
shake, just go and just glue
it's
and
like
go.
the shittiest wig.
and it's also
And
not different from his hair.
It's
really.
not.
It
That's not,
doesn't-
he takes a black wig off to reveal black
Short
hair.
black hair,
He had
yeah.
short black hair wig to reveal
No,
short black
it was
hair.
different than his hair because
was
it
a
was
little bit
clearly
longer.
synthetic.
Well,
and
yeah, no,
also
obviously.
it stuck out like the. Listen, like
No, when he was checking his badge, I was like, end the movie. End the movie
You're
right
done.
now.
You're like, hey, this ain't you.
Also, why is
Also,
media? Why is
what's-
media back here? You should know if you're the bodyguard that media is not supposed to be back here. But whatever.
well, that's why they killed the guy. But the best part was when they go into the fucking computer program where they have this like digital simulation of what this guy looks like.
Yeah,
and they take the
yeah.
mustache and the wig off, and it's like the.
No, they did all that. First of all, yeah. So 1995, they had this crazy technology. All the technology in this version of 1995 is insane, where everything is instant, like faster than it is now, and much better in a way, I guess, because again, they just took a photo of him that was digitally enhanced it and removed all that shit, and they're like, oh, there he is. But like, I thought, and I wrote it down, that removing the wig, the glasses, and the mustache on the computer made him look exactly like John Travolta. I'm like, you're after the wrong
Current day
guy.
John
You're-
Travolta, not 1995
Right,
John
no,
Travolta.
current
No,
John Travolta.
yeah, current day. Actually, with the wig on, yeah, he would probably appreciate that wig. He likes to wear like lots of hair pieces. We've noticed from The Fanatic, which we'll also be talking about at some point.
Yeah,
but,
that's for later.
I also want
God.
to talk about the police chief because who casted this guy? Why is he a police chief?
The
He's very
worst.
angry.
He's so
all the
bad,
time.
and his face, he has such thin lips, and he like, he just like does that like a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum when he's upset.
He's the least
And,
authoritative person I've ever
and then
seen
at
that's
the
supposed to
end
be
of
in
the
the
mo-
position of an authority
Yeah.
I almost
figure.
cried at the end of the movie because the girl's getting like pulled away in the stretcher. The young like black officer that like saves the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
we'll talk about her in a second because I
think
have a
she's
lot to
the hip-
say.
I think
The
she's
hip
wonderful,
tech
but
chick.
also
Yeah, she's wonderful because she's super fucking human. Who the hell's laying there, like, literally dying? Like, guys, this is exactly what you need. So anyway, like,
But
what
yeah,
the hell
yeah.
is this shit?
But we'll dive into
let
her
me,
in a
finish,
second.
let me finish up
Yes,
this up.
good.
Because she's laying there she's got shot in the arm and she's like bleeding out, and he's just like right in her face, like so close to her, talking to her. He's like, "Yep, that's the way it is," and I'm like, "What the fuck is your deal, man? Back up!" And that
And
was
they
it.
have that cute moment where he references a joke she made earlier.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the-
God.
I know how to
yes.
work a phone.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why do they try and make that a thing? I was
the
like,
writing? I have so many notes about. I've quoted quite a bit of shit in here too, which you said you did as well in my notes. Yeah, like it's just the
how about
worst fucking dialogue.
How about the police chief not knowing what bust a cap means?
Oh,
What the fuck?
yeah, what did they
Oh.
say? It's like a street
It's
term.
a mercenary,
No, it's a mercenary term.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what they said.
I was like, it's 1995. Like, I know that was a long time ago, but
It's a mercenary term. What the fuck?
Oh, and if
can't-
you notice the closed captioning or
Yeah,
the
the-
subtitles,
it said bust a calf.
yeah, it
Yeah.
did not say. I don't. We
Yeah.
didn't even talk about that. We just both noticed it and didn't say anything about
glossed
it.
over like because at that point in the movie it's like I'm fucking
Yeah.
over all this.
They
Doesn't,
probably
it, does,
did
it
say
doesn't
calf.
fucking matter.
Yeah.
Maybe
Bust
he
a
said
calf. That's the
Yeah.
actual mercenary term. Bust a
that's-
cap
that's
is
the one.
just a slang.
That's a street
That's a
term.
slang of the slang of the
yeah,
slang.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Slang,
Exactly,
slang,
exactly.
slang.
You don't get it.
But yeah, like there's so much shitty fucking dialogue in this movie. And before I find some of my fucking notes on quotes of this fucking movie, the screenplay was written by someone named Robert C. Cooper. He did a bunch of like TV stuff, but I noticed he did like a shitload of like this because I think you said you watched a lot of the Stargate series, the
Yeah,
TV
yeah, I
series.
did.
He did
I was gonna say that
52.
name.
He did 52 episodes of SG1, and like he did like 3 other variation, like the other ones. I don't know,
Oh,
like,
yeah?
like Atlantis,
Oh, like
and
Atlantis,
some of that
yeah,
other
yeah.
shit. Yeah, well, I never
Well,
watched
those
any,
also.
any of the series,
So-
but well, there you
At
go.
me.
I've never seen them. I just seen the movie.
I like the movie a lot, and then I liked the SG-1 series, and then after that, I was like, I don't care about these fucking characters at all whatsoever.
Well, this guy didn't either about the characters he wrote
But no,
for
well, he
his
did.
movie.
I liked Stargate SG-1. He did a good job writing on that. I cared about the characters, and I enjoyed. All of the cast was really fantastic for that as well, actually. But yeah, he did not nail it on this one.
Not at all. With
You know who else?
with lines like "No time to be a baby hero."
I don't remember that. But
You don't.
What? They referenced it twice. They said
did
it once,
mention
and then they're like, "That's the guy that called you a baby hero."
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
It was the most.
"Is that an insult?" Because if I was marked as a hero at the time that I was a baby, I would consider that a pretty big fucking accomplishment. Like,
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I would like to go over the quote that infuriated me more than anything else,
oh boy, here we go.
which was Sharon. Sharon, is that her name? Sharon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I already know what you're gonna say.
Sharon's
She goes,
the character name.
Zed's dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, don't steal the famous line from another movie and try and put it in your movie. What are you doing? And she has a couple of them. She goes, I
There's just there's a
looks
bunch of
like
weird
I
little-
iced ice.
Oh,
Wait, did
that
she-
was my. That was
Oh,
so
did she
fucking
say
good.
that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought
okay.
she was gonna say ice as baby, but she
That's what she was.
Exactly what I said. I was like, so excited to say it, and then you just took
Oh,
it from
I'm
me.
so-
But
I'm
no,
really
no,
sorry.
it's okay
Yeah.
because
No,
I'm so excited that somebody
yeah.
else thought of it. But as soon as she said it, I was like, can you believe she just fucking said that? I was like, it would have been better if she would have said, I just iced ice, baby. Like,
Oh.
literally, I was waiting for that.
yeah.
I was so disappointed, and I can't believe you brought it up
I'm
because
sorry.
it was
It
so
was
exciting. No, I'm
so-
happy that somebody
and
else
then
noticed it.
then there's the computer kid when he's about to get shot. He's not shot yet. He's about to get shot, and he goes, "Bummer." And then it's like a full second where nothing happens. And it's
Okay,
just
so did this movie come out before or after Hackers? I need to know.
Before, I think.
Did it?
I think
That
Shit,
Hackers
I
was
got-
based on this guy.
I got-
That's all I can
Oh, almost certainly. It's one. Yeah,
One of them
it's
came
one or
from
the other.
one.
Yeah.
So
Um,
it's
I
either-
had
I
I'd
think
assumed it was
Hackers was
after,
96.
but I
Oh,
could
I
be
don't know. Oh, same year. They both came out in 95. But
they sure did.
But this came out. Oh, Hackers came out in September, and this came out in March.
Maybe they rushed the release to beat
They might
Hackers
have.
to the theater.
Oh,
but
Like we stole a
oh
character.
wait, this was straight to video, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
What?
this was a straight to video production.
I
Oh,
couldn't
so-
find that.
so
All right,
surprise.
I'm glad you found that. I couldn't find that information. I looked. I couldn't find the budget. I couldn't find how much money it's fucking made.
Well,
I
let
didn't
me
know
tell you
any
how
of
I
this
found that
shit.
out because it might not be a reliable source. It was from like some kind of fucking review on IMDb, like this straight to video something, and I was like,
Written by
oh.
the director,
Yeah, probably.
another quote that pushed out Andrew Dice Clay's misogyny, obviously through the film.
Oh, I
Well,
bet you I have it. I guarantee you I have.
Don't
this.
you know you're not supposed to hit a woman?
Yep.
And he goes, I hit everyone equally.
Equally.
Yeah.
Hey, stop
Don't
being
do that.
you. Stop being
Just
you.
stop.
That would be a tweet in today's world.
I had so much stuff
if you
about.
look back, he probably
probably
has.
quote it at some point.
He
Yeah.
probably
I had so
quoted.
many quotes and things about Andrew Dice Clay. I just eventually just wrote ADC, and I was just like,
Yeah, no,
I
there's so,
can't
like,
even keep writing his fucking full name.
Oh, what is it? There's another one. Like I have a bunch right around that same time of I hit everyone equally. Say goodbye to all the at orthodontic work, Donnie. When he's about
Yeah.
to kill the daughter, and he's like, I'm just gonna kill her anyway.
That reminds me, the fucking millionaire dad or whatever. His fucking teeth are terrifying. His smile, holy shit. He just
He
has
spent
like
all of his
fucking
all the
Jack
money.
Skellington's fucking face, and just like I was like, what
Well,
the
also
fuck is
about him
going on? And
that
he's
everyone notices immediately is he's supposed to be her,
Her
dad.
dad.
He looks like he's 92 years
Oh,
old
yeah.
and she's 16. Like, how old were you when you had this kid?
Well, if we're gonna talk about the fact that she looks 16 years old, can we talk about the end where she's like
Oh, being weird with
with the
like
the
bodyguard
bodyguard?
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
everybody wants him.
Apparently, why? He looks looking like fucking Edward James Olmos and shit.
You know who everyone doesn't want though? The fucking boom operator in this movie.
Yeah, oh,
because
I only
holy-
saw
counted.
it once. I'm
Oh.
very upset.
Three times I saw it.
Yes, I
Three
got all
times I
three
saw
of them, and I marked them. I have 4. Well, okay, 2.5, because I have a question on the fourth one. I got the first one. I marked. I started making a tally.
Yeah.
One's at the pool.
Yep.
Which also bad dialogue. Let's go get wet.
Oh.
Like
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was.
And she fucking combos him into the fucking
Yes.
pool, and I was like,
Well,
God.
the best part about the
unconscious with
cinematography.
his head in the water,
Yeah.
and then climbs out a little bit later.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're
Well, he comes
breathing
to-
water.
Yeah, that's why because he
Yeah.
breathed in water and then he came back to life. That's how it works.
Got it. That's how.
Have you seen Swim Fan? That's how it works. So like, So she hits him like 3 times, and the camera shows him on the very edge of the pool, like falling in, but then he's back like 2 feet away from the pool, so she can push him in again. Like, it's like, hold on.
Got to get the third hit in.
It's so also just the weirdest, laziest fight. Like, I want to know who. I should have looked up who the stunt choreographer was. But and then he also said, what? Oh yeah, right after Let's Go Get Wet, and right before he goes down to the pool with her, he says something like, little girls should not play with matches. Like, says should not, doesn't say shouldn't. It's like, little girls should not play with matches. Like,
that guy fucking sucked the whole movie, and I think he should have played the villain because I hated him. Yeah, it was really enjoyable to watch him like suffer after the 5 shots of just like his kneecap, shoulder.
Also, okay, let's talk about that scene for a moment, shall we?
It ties back to earlier about the technology in this version of 1995. Go ahead, though.
Well, I mean,
I'm probably just going to piggyback off everything you say.
Well, it also has to do with the fucking logic of this movie that you kill the person that's supposed to be your fucking valuable asset. It makes no fucking sense. I don't understand it. Why would you shoot a guy who they're like, oh, he has a dead man switch. If his heartbeat stops, then blah, blah. And he's like, I'm just going to fucking shoot this guy 5 times.
He opens with, like, first of all, the guy just, he tells him, because he's got, I guess, some kind of smartwatch from 95 that's like, his heart rate is linked to that, and then if he stops,
somehow
then
wirelessly transmits.
wirelessly in 1995 it'll transmit to blow up everything in the building. But he gives. Oh, go ahead.
How does it transmit, Chris? Through the PA system.
Oh, we'll get to that.
With sound waves.
We'll get to that later.
Oh,
that's a big reveal at the end. But so
boom,
it transmits to that. Boom.
Okay, sorry.
Boom. And then if his heart stops, it's going to blow everything up. He just mentions this early in the film to Andrew Dice Clay. And his reaction is so computer hacker guy is like, oh, he's right. Look. And he's looking up on his computer. How he gets that information on the fucking
no idea.
On the computer,
he says
hardwired into the fucking building.
This has got more passwords than
a Get Smart rerun.
Yeah. And I was like,
this kid doesn't know what Get Smart is. Get the fuck out of here. But so as he has, first of all, so he tells him this weird shit. Kid finds it on the computer. How he finds it on his computer that has nothing to do with whatever's going on doesn't matter. Logic be damned. Dice just straight up like, all right, well, like, can you disarm? He's like, yeah, give me a second. Like, all right, you got 6 bullets of time, and then just starts shooting. Like, he's gonna bleed out if he can't do it. He's gonna bleed out, and then you all die. And he's like, fuck it, guy, and then. It's insane. And then he figures it out and is able to like turn it off within what, seconds?
Yeah. He turns it off and then turns it back on within seconds.
Yeah.
Which is where you see the boom mic in the shot again.
That is
twice in that scene.
That is that's number 2 and 3 I have marked here for the boom mic.
Could not believe
that. The third one, the second time in the control room, is hilarious because you see it, but then you see it leave.
Yeah, I know. The guy's like, oh shit, I'm falling asleep because this movie's so fucking boring.
The boom operator can't be bothered.
Okay, also on the note of the guy getting shot 5 times, anytime there was like a slow-mo scene where somebody was getting hit or anything like that, the voices they dubbed in, who the fuck did these voices? It was so uncomfortable. Or just Roddy Piper just going, bitch. Or like there were just so many weird dubs that I was like so confused on why they did. All of his dubs were just like phenomenally bad. I was so confused on. I don't think it was even him that was doing the voice because it was just. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
So they ripped audio from one of his matches.
But they ripped audio that was playing in real time in a slow-mo scene, so it made no fucking sense. And
most things didn't make sense in this.
Oh,
excuse me. But the last one I say there's like a question mark. I think I don't know if I saw the full boom, but I definitely saw a shadow right after they get out of the elevator after icing ice.
Oh yeah,
I saw a shadow. I was like, that
Dude,
was
Speaking of the elevator, do we want to talk about
which one? There's a lot of weird elevator shit toward the last 20 minutes of this movie.
Let me tell you about my favorite part of the whole movie, and that is the ending scene with that beautiful Neil Breen reminiscent green screen footage.
The fuck that was that?
So bad.
I'm telling you, man, that was the most enjoyable part of the whole fucking movie for me. I was
why was it so bad? I don't understand. That's the climax of the movie, and
It's the worst.
They're like, "We're out of money. Can you just hold a green towel up behind me?" And like,
It'll be okay.
And of course,
Like as he's moving,
And he's
when he's
like
talking,
this.
and when he's
And
talking,
his hair is like halfway to the green screen.
when he moves around, it changes like how much of his head's in the shot and how
Well,
much is
speaking
getting
of the size of his head, we
distorted.
can talk about his stunt double, which you so
Oh, yes.
lovely pointed out, and I was so happy you did.
The
because-
second he started fighting anybody, which was toward the end, is when they're on the roof. I think it was the first punch. It's not even the person's got to be 80 pounds lighter than him. I
never realized how big he is.
Has a full head of real hair and is, I don't even think, the same ethnicity. Like
he's a big guy. Like, well, I mean, I know Lady Gaga's like 5'1", 5'2",
I was picturing him as
but-
like I don't know if it was 80s or late 80s. Angeles Clay, where he's kind of a skinny kid-ish, no? Or am I?
I've never
I think he started
pictured him
like
as
he was
being
like
skinny,
kind of.
but-
I think
He just looked like an Italian kid.
Skinny limbs, but like.
What are you trying to say?
Big.
All Italians are supposed to be skinny? Is that what you're trying to say?
That is the opposite of what I would ever say.
But
what
I'm saying is when you see him, like even when he was doing stand up and stuff like that, I felt like he looked kind of like just a big guy.
I think it was just because it was like late 80s, early 90s. He had like giant jackets.
yeah, he had the
Like,
big,
Yeah.
he had the big vests and stuff,
Big
but
vests
it
and
seems
leather
like skinny
jackets.
and stuff like that. So I always kind of pictured him as a smaller guy.
But no.
Yeah.
He got
He's
a
such
bit bigger.
a thick neck.
But he's got
Yeah.
such
I
a
was
thick
like,
neck.
what the fuck?
But yeah,
it might
if
have
you
been the
watch
shoulder
those,
pads that threw it off,
that
but
could have been too. But if you watch the fight scenes, it is not anyone that looks even a little bit like
dude,
him.
they didn't even try with the hairline. Like,
No.
his
Again,
hair looks
it's
nothing like this guy's hair.
And it's not like they were only like shots from the back of like, no, it was like just profiles of a not him.
Yeah.
Like, it was
But
fucking
okay, so
ridiculous.
I don't know about the woman in this. I can't remember her name. Sharon, whoever Sharon is. But
Shannon Tweed.
Shannon Tweed. Okay, Shannon Tweed. I don't know if she does her own stunts, but I couldn't tell if she had a stunt double if she did. So I
think
thought
a lot of them were because a lot of them were bad. Also,
I thought she did a great job.
I couldn't believe
She
that
did.
she was saying it when she was holding herself in the vent by the sides. That
Yeah.
shit's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I was like, how are you holding in there? For
as
so
if they needed
You
more.
gotta outdo Die
and they
Hard.
had-
That's
as
why.
if they needed to rip off more things from Die Hard.
No, I
Like,
think they just
put
wanted
her
to
in
show
the
her
vents.
tits from an up view. I thought they were just trying to get a down angle on her hooties.
on her.
on a Hooties.
Did you get that from the movie? Because I feel like they would have said hooties
They
in
probably
that
would have,
movie.
They
but
might
no.
have, and I missed it.
Well, they
No,
said that
I
she
would
was
have written
like
that
they said
down.
that she was like Bruce Lee with boobs, and
Yeah.
although I really enjoyed that description, it doesn't take out of my mind actually picturing Bruce Lee with boobs now. So I'm just,
If anyone out there wants to Photoshop that,
Yeah, we would
send it to
appreciate
us at D-podcast on Instagram.
There also were a couple times a couple of times in the movie.
Yes.
They did Dutch angles for no reason, and that bothers the fuck out of me
Yeah.
all the time. And
they do that a lot in movies like this.
I hate it. Stop doing it.
Just
All of you, stop doing it.
Just please.
Stop putting Dutch angles for no reason.
It's
It's supposed to make you feel like you're in
doesn't-
the chaos and the action, and you're like, wow, I can't believe
it just looks like a dude's walking on an angle. So stop.
Maybe
doing
you
it.
would be. Maybe you have a cane. Maybe you walk.
It was Roddy Piper, so he was walking.
So, again, the wrestler in the
Before
movie
his head
watching
was
wrestling.
fucking bashed in with that bag of ice.
Yeah.
Because she was going ham. And then the Miss England, I think it is. Was that the young black woman?
Yeah,
I believe so.
I think so.
She like stopped her from killing him, and I was like,
yeah, like,
he's
Why?
gonna come back.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, if you don't kill him, he's gonna get up and kill. He's already tried to kill all of you multiple
At least
times.
restrain him or something. I was kind of confused on that. Mm-hmm. But why would it? Why would
They're
they
supposed to be morally correct. They're beauty queens.
She already killed like 2 people, so fuck it. Go in deeper.
You're already there.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So, and I was gonna mention her, like trying to add, like, oh my gosh, I just took a human life. That first time she shoots a guy. But I also kind of now want to go into all of her reaction faces throughout the movie.
Oh
which
my
were
god, that one we fucking
insane.
died.
Just a lot of like,
Oh yeah.
like it just way too much, super close up. Also, just so many. Oh god. Okay, I'm going all over the place now. But I just remember like the first time that Dice calls the police when they're outside.
Oh god.
That fucking the cuts and the back and forth, more Dutch angles, lots of zooming, real fast. It
No,
made it look
that happens-
so intense.
That happened several
And it was
times in the movie.
It was
looked,
a phone ringing.
it looked almost like a parody movie where they just like
Yeah,
zoomed in on
yeah.
everyone going,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? That
It was
happened
fucking
several
ridiculous.
times. Like, but it was a choice.
Another
It was a
thing
bad
that,
choice.
that blew my mind was the young Asian woman that
Ran away.
I can't remember where she was from, but she ran away and then she blew up inside the building and then exploded outside.
outside.
Teleported outside the building,
Okay.
exploded,
Just
and then
shot
fell
right out the
no
fucking
debris,
window.
there's
That
no glass.
was the funniest.
No.
That was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, they lit a dummy
it's
on fire
woman
and tossed it
running-
out an open window.
It's so funny looking. It was absolutely hysterical. It's just a free falling body like this. Like, it's just fully engulfed in
No
flames.
No struggle at all.
I don't know
Just
much about
none.
explosives, but I feel like if there was an explosive, I don't know.
on
Don't
your
at me.
wrist.
That was like this big. I don't know if he would fall out a window just like this, just free fall.
I don't know why
completely
she's
engulfed
on fire.
in
I also don't know
flames.
why she's on fire.
Totally
if it's gonna
engulfed in flames.
explode that much, first of all, you'd have no arm at all.
Yeah.
If it's either going to just be enough to blow your hand off or all of you apart. And
I
she
thought
was
it was just gonna
intact
be like
and
a
just
like kind of like a Saw thing where her arm would just blow off,
Right.
and then she would
Right.
bleed out and die.
yeah.
But no,
That would
They
have been a
had
much
to-
better movie.
they had
Yeah,
to
more
have
than, all right, yeah, let's
fucking
let's talk more about those
the
wristbands.
Human Torch
Because-
flying out.
She didn't fly. She just like
Yeah, she
She
was
flew
so far.
poorly
Yeah, she flew for
flew
a
poorly.
little bit.
and then fell on fire.
Well, somebody says in the movie it was Sharon says,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, there's so many bombs in the car. It's like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon in here." And I was
yeah.
like, "This whole movie is
Movie's-
like a
yeah.
Looney Tunes cartoon." You said it, but I was like, I think we both said it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, between the like the reaction faces, the zooms, the weird angles, the fucking nonsensical fucking dialogue. Again, I got an explosive on my wrist and I burst into flames. But
Oh, do we want to talk about the science behind her putting those two wires together that were completely coated and they
Yeah,
weren't
that's
live
the-
wires?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I don't
want to talk
understand.
about just the wristbands in general. Like one, what's the range on them? Because that first woman that died that we were just making fun of ran forever.
45 seconds.
yeah.
Didn't they say it's 45 seconds after they
was a
leave?
reset.
No, that was that was
Oh,
that was
okay.
after the reset. Yeah, she had 45 seconds. It was
Of course. How could I forget that? I'm sorry.
can you-
Jeez.
But how, what? Okay.
You
But
can't follow the logic of the technology that doesn't make sense in this movie.
he said the class would come undone and it would detonate. But what
Did
did
she
tying
take-
the wires do at all?
And
I
how
don't
did, and how
understand.
did it didn't even like unclasp the whole thing. She just slid it right off.
Okay,
and
she
then,
slid it off.
And then she closed it back up. And
Yes.
then when it's sitting on the ground, about to explode, it's open again. And that pissed me the fuck off so much.
I don't
Well,
even
she
think
threw
I
it, and
noticed
that's why, because she threw it.
Oh, okay. And then it's just open without pushing the button and slide. Come
And
on
doing
now.
all that
Don't
other
be
shit.
ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah.
And obviously,
is
when
this-
she threw it, the
This is
wires.
some Looney Tunes cartoon.
Obviously, when she threw it, the wires did not detach from
Yeah.
one another, and everything was
Also,
fine.
I can't imagine trying to thread a needle
Without-
Oh,
with-
for
in
God's
40
sake, don't touch the
in
wire.
yeah,
with
he
the
5
needle.
seconds. Don't touch the needle.
you know, to the thing at all. To the thing you can't
How
slide
the
off.
fuck do you thread a needle without touching a needle? I
Yes.
don't know.
Also, how did she had no time? Again, she had 45 seconds to figure this out. Which again, apparently they can on little Mr. Hacker's computer. There can like remote do everything.
Yeah.
Now, he can remote detonate or like reprogram their fucking wristbands with the explosive on it. So she's got 45 seconds to call this guy. And again, bodyguard is just like, oh, I know, I can MacGyver the fuck out of this
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you. Not only that. If somebody explained to me how to do that, I couldn't do that in 45 minutes.
No.
She did it in less than 45 seconds.
Yeah, I don't-
Took needle and thread, and again, I didn't see it open. She just slid it off her fucking hand.
Also, how it's you
doesn't make any sense.
you have no idea what those two wires are connected to.
No.
She gave no
Because they
information
said earlier
on
that like that hacker kid built it, so
Yeah.
he doesn't even know what it looks like.
He says he's like, oh, I remember in Korea.
Class,
I fucking,
you
yeah.
can just this, that, boom, you're
Yeah.
good.
Just make sure
You
the
got
wires,
any gum?
the
Nope.
wires stay
You got
together.
thread? You're good.
Yeah.
No, makes no fucking sense
But
whatsoever.
I still don't get what putting them. We'll never. If somebody knows, let me know because we'll never get to the bottom of it.
Oh my god, I have so many. I don't
Oh,
even know
and
where
her
to go with these
wristband is
notes.
back on later. Why?
Wait,
I don't
what?
know if you noticed that.
I did not.
When she is in the Acme car scene,
Yeah.
her wristband's back on.
What?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Do we all miss that?
I think we missed that.
Are you sure?
I 100% am sure that it was.
Okay,
back
I believe it.
This is very interesting
nothing
because
makes sense.
I
Because I
thought
was like,
because I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, whatever. But in the pool scene, I thought that he took it off of her before they went to the pool, and then he was like, "No, he just deactivated it." And I was like, "Oh wow, I'm such an idiot for not realizing that that's clearly what happened." So I was like confused on that. And then you told me that she has it on again. Like I feel like she just keeps putting it back on.
I think she likes it.
Yeah,
I think
she does too.
I like
It's
to
a
live
little
dangerously.
danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way that, dude, okay, like, I know that they were trying to go for a female diehard, like, Bruce Willis type of, like, I'm gonna make silly jokes, but I'm still an action hero type thing. But the way that she just hits on this guy, and she's, like, flirting with him over the phone, and it's just like, so anyway, like, and she's, like, literally, like, just
Moving like, hey.
I loved their little FBI, CIA,
What about this?
Yeah.
What is it that you did before?
yeah.
okay, so this is
again, like I mentioned it like the end of the movie too. Like this is the only interaction that they've ever had is right.
Well,
Yeah.
that
Or did
was
they know-
okay. So this was what I was thinking. This is what I was hoping for. You were like, "This is the only interaction they've ever had," and blah blah.
Yeah,
And I was like,
is these
"No."
phone calls from the
I said he's a bodyguard, right? I was like,
Oh,
"Wouldn't
yeah.
it be amazing?" This is where my head goes when I watch stupid shit like
Yes,
this.
because
I
of
was
course her character is a
famous
martial
kickboxing
arts
movie star.
Who
and I
fell
said,
off.
"Oh my god, he's gonna eventually like because he's all like secretive, like I can't tell you that, or I'm not gonna tell you." I was like, he's a bodyguard for a famous person, and he's gonna tell her at the end of the movie, like, "I used to be your bodyguard a long time ago."
You don't remember
And
me.
you don't remember me? That's what I thought
That's
was
how
gonna
old you thought he
happen.
was? You thought he was 20 years older than her?
No, I just thought that he was her bodyguard. Like he was just like because she's a famous actress.
No, but for her to, just like she just didn't remember.
yeah,
she
because
just
she's just
forgot.
too
Gotcha.
famous and too cool for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was gonna be the plot
Sharon
twist at
would
the end.
never forget a face. Sharon was lovely.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
I wrote like way early in the movie in my notes because like it was like really way at the beginning of the movie when they're just like backstage and like then there's all of like there's like posters and I think did they have like movies or something set up of like her movies that she was in just backstage for no reason, by the way, backstage
just
like
to
hey,
tell
by the
you,
way,
hey,
Always be
she's-
plugging.
She's
she'd
gonna
always be plugging
also,
at D-Podcast
just
on
wanna let you
Instagram,
know
D-podcast.com.
Just want to let you know that she's gonna do karate later.
Yeah, I wrote down. I was
That's
like,
what it
well,
was.
I wonder if her martial arts training is going to come
Yeah,
into play later
yeah.
in this movie. And sure enough,
I was really hoping there were gonna
But-
be other strong female characters in the film. That like there was.
yeah, but it was
the
like
black
8
police woman.
damsels in distress and then one
I know.
ass kisser.
It could have been almost Birds of Prey, but instead it was just prey
Yeah.
prey of clay. That's
Yeah, I thought-
what it was.
I thought because especially towards the end they just made them seem like dumb, like a
Yeah.
dumb broad.
Yeah.
kind
No,
of
they
thing.
really did. They made them look so stupid throughout the
Yeah.
entire fucking movie, from beginning to end.
Yeah, which I didn't because I thought it was gonna be like a whole learning thing where the Sharon lady was gonna teach them how to be
Strong
a
females.
woman past,
Yeah.
past the whole pageant.
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
they
yeah.
all like
And
you
then
know,
it was
get
more
together
just
and
like I'm gonna save you and then fuck off. Like yeah.
I gotta go hit on a dude.
Because like the Miss
So what she did when it was
America
over.
woman when she was shooting a gun, she was just like,
Oh, do we want to talk about the fact that they had the briefcase that was supposedly full of diamonds, and then like I don't know if you guys noticed this. I don't even think we talked about it. But her dad's like, "Come on, let's get out of here" or whatever, and she literally
throws
takes the
it.
briefcase and throws it away. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
what the hell are you doing? I know you're
That's-
trying to escape
yes,
and you don't want to carry.
$10 million in diamonds.
Maybe, allegedly,
Oh.
but like, if it is full of diamonds, and I like I
They
said,
never showed the diamonds. Yeah,
I'm
Never,
not a
not
ballistics
once. They
expert.
could- that's how
but you
low-
can use that as a fucking shield.
Yeah.
Diamonds are harder than anything. Why would you throw that away? It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But that's how you know and she threw it like it was.
Yes.
If there were $10 million worth of
Oh,
diamonds in there, she would have been
heavy
able to
as
just
fuck.
like.
yeah,
She
that's
threw it
a,
away like it was made of paper. Like it was
Yeah, like,
fucking garbage.
yeah, they couldn't even put it in the budget to get fake diamonds.
Yeah,
to
again,
show.
I have no idea how much the budget is, but
And
it
there
was
was so
so
much
low budget you couldn't even get a
dropping
bunch of broken
guns.
glass and just go like, there we go.
Throwing guns, dropping guns, just
when they're on the roof.
misplacing guns, like
Shannon,
it was
Shannon
literally
Tweed-
a fucking Fallout game. I was
Yeah.
watching it and I was like, just pick up another gun, walk
Hey, there
away.
it is.
Oh, this one's out of
and they're
ammo,
always
whatever.
they were
like,
always like exactly where you were going. It's like there's so many times that she's walking and then it's like, oh, picks up a handgun, like, oh, and right next to it, oh, here's a radio, like, and it just keeps going, like,
How many bullets does a Mac 10 hold?
oh my god, I was thinking the same thing because it's just. brrr. when she was fighting with that guy, and they're fighting over the gun, and it's just going off for like what seems like hours.
Because I was gonna look it up and I didn't, because I don't care. And
it's not that important.
Because the first scene, which you're talking about, there must have been 100 bullets shot.
Yeah.
And then later on, they show a guy spraying it for 5 seconds or so, and then he's like, "Fuck, it's out." And I'm like, get the same.
What universe are we in?
Yeah. Pick one. Pick one. Either you have unlimited ammo or you have not enough. Just please. Okay. Sorry.
No,
It's okay.
fine. But yeah, speaking of all the automatic weapons, I forgot. I did also write down. It was one of the climax moments of the movie when he's standing there. When Dice has the gun to the senator's daughter's head on the roof toward the end. Shannon Tweed's character just like comes out of a door real quick, like, I'm gonna save the day, and just starts firing an automatic weapon at Dice, who's standing inches from the hostage, the innocent.
Yeah, but she's behind him.
That's fine. Yeah, it'll be all right. But no one in this movie can fucking shoot to save their goddamn
She
lives.
can.
Can she? Because she fired on an innocent person. Yeah.
Hey, she can shoot
happened to be
in
very
the movies.
close,
And
yeah.
what is this? It's a movie, so she can shoot.
Oh, checkmate! You got us.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want to go back and remember the just dumb fucking thing that I noticed. And I know they're like, we'll put this in here, and people think it's funny. The first person she kills is that I forgot that fucking Zed. That fucking dumb shit.
I thought it was Vic.
Is it Vic? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, he didn't. Well, she didn't kill him.
The
first one she kills is Zed, who's wearing a Grateful Dead shirt, and then immediately after, it's first of all, so he's dead, and he's wearing a Grateful Dead shirt, and then almost immediately after, she's on the phone with
Zed's gratefully dead.
with the police. Yeah, has the Zed's dead comment, but like then on the phone when they're just like flirting on the phone during this whole shit. Asking like, what are you gonna do when we get out of this? And she says she's gonna go eat some Ben and Jerry's. Oh, what flavor? Cherry Garcia. She mentions it twice in the movie.
I straight up thought she just said. I wasn't listening to the conversation. I thought she just said Jerry Garcia for no reason.
That would have almost been
you
weird.
Completely predicted that she was going to say that. She was like,
I did.
I'm going to eat a bunch of Ben and Jerry's. And he goes, what flavor? And then at the exact same time, they go, Cherry Garcia. Yeah. And I'm like, bitch, you watched this movie before.
I have
Don't
not.
even lie.
I didn't even know it existed 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that. I know this is going to sound stupid, but I didn't know that Ben and Jerry's was that trendy in 1995 because I remember when it became super popular. Well, then again, I'm from Florida. It's, the last place in the universe to get anything. They're on another fucking planet. But like, I remember kids being really super jazzed about Ben and Jerry's in like 2004. And they're like, oh, my family's rich. We eat Ben and Jerry's. But like, I didn't know that it was popular in 95. Maybe I was poor back then. Oh my God, was I poor? I don't know. Anyway.
No.
Didn't know you were. Probably not. But.
Okay, I want to talk about the way that they interfere with the signal from the guy's dead man.
Good. Yeah. Let's get to
please.
this. We'll try to wrap this up because I think that's just about.
They say they have to interfere with the signal. That's
we
going
stopped
through...
this movie in this part and rewound it twice.
I did it because I said, swear to God, I'm stupid. I don't understand what's
Yeah, because also to fill anyone in, this is the female officer who is just some kind of also hacker computer whiz throughout the movie that just knows.
Can also dial a phone.
And she can also dial a phone. She mentions that.
a phone freak. Yeah.
She's fucking phone freaks, man.
Those were big in 95.
But at this point, she's...
Phone freak? Do you guys even know what that is? You probably don't even know.
Yes. I've also seen hackers. So, fucking what was I saying? Oh, at this point in the movie, yeah, she's been shot in the shoulder because apparently also, we didn't mention, she's like the only officer that wears a vest.
Oh, yeah.
And the
that was
whole
weird.
fucking... You got like SWAT guys going in and getting shot directly in the chest.
I've never seen SWAT
and
teams
dying.
not wear body armor.
Oh, but isn't it funny that the only person wearing a vest gets shot
in the
right
shoulder
next to where the vest would be? So
she's sitting on a stretcher bleeding out, and then she explains how she figures it out.
Yeah. She's like, why does she think the PA system? I have fucking no idea.
Well, she just mentions it so nonchalantly. She's like, oh, by the way, like, anyway, so this is how you do it.
I was like, are you in on this?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because everyone else seems to be
I was going to say, everybody else in the fucking movie was, so.
Who the fuck was the police guy that was in on it? Because was that the guy?
No, it wasn't an officer. I think we're talking about the same guy. It was like
Was he like a hostage negotiator or something? What the fuck was he?
Wait,
I have
hang on, maybe not. Which
fucking
guy are we
no
talking?
The
idea.
guy that comes up in the end and
He
is
comes
like,
up and
Yeah,
he's
in the
"Oh,
trench- in the
something
trench
like
coat
You're
with
gonna
that
need to go
for
up there.
you."
Yeah, the
yourself,
trench
son.
coat and
Yeah.
glasses. No, he
I
came
like
in
how
with
we
the.
had-
He
He
I like
came
how
up
you
with the.
actually had the definition of what
yeah,
he said, and
yeah,
I
he-
said, "Now things are gonna go bad
Yeah,
for you."
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
they could have
it's fine.
said that, and I would have been like, okay.
He was like, he's like the senator's like personal assistant. Because he was
okay.
in the he was the one that was like talking and on the phone negotiating with them like the whole time, and then he
That's
showed up with
right.
them. But again, just some scrawny nerdy fuck with a gun, standing within 20 feet of like 40 fucking cops.
yeah.
Nobody
And
knows
he-
how to
and
disarm anybody.
Look in the shot. Well, you have two actual trained police officers like flanking you, like either one of them could take you out like right now. Also, in that same shot, directly behind him, you can see into the truck where there's more cops just sitting, again, like 10 feet behind him. They could literally just turn around and be like, "What's going on here? Oh shit!" And
Yeah.
then just and then that's it. It's
do
over.
something.
But they're like,
Fucking
and
do
then
something.
but then immediately he's like, after he comes over and he's like, "Oh, I've instructed all my people to leave you alone." Like, why?
Yeah, don't do that.
Why?
Yeah, he's such a bitch. That
Why?
police
Like,
chief is
just-
such a.
He was such a fucking tough guy.
Don't let him know you're scared. Is
kicking
the
everybody.
first advice that the guy gives him, and then he's
Yes.
terrified throughout the whole film.
Yeah, I'm not gonna negotiate with a guy being a terrorist. And then he's like, "All right, well, we got the guy here.
Well, guys-
we got
Bring the senator to deliver it to him personally.
personally." Yes,
Guys, we're forgetting about the PA system.
Okay,
You're right,
PA
you're right.
system. So
Thank you.
the girl who's dying in
from
the
a
back
shoulder
of
wound.
Fucking ambulance, I believe.
They're not even in an
Yeah,
ambulance.
why is she not in
She's
an
not
ambulance?
even. Yeah, what the fuck? She was like in the control room
She's just chilling.
in the building.
They're just
She
like,
gets shot and
pull
they're
up the
taking her
seat.
down. They're like,
She's
"Wait,
like someone
she's
that's
the
about to
only
throw
one that."
up at a party and just needs
Yeah.
to lay down for a minute. She's like, guys,
Yeah, she's right
this
in
is
the
how you do
fucking
it.
Middle of everything.
Like, yeah, it was fucking crazy.
She's like,
It's like, all right, she got shot on the second floor. Let's just take her to the basement to cool off. Oh, what is this? No, it's the control room.
Yeah.
Well, what can I be of service to?
So the watch is sending a signal through the PA system wirelessly somehow directly to the bombs after the computers have been all dismantled and destroyed.
Well, yeah, Shannon Tweed shot a couple of them.
Yeah, so I don't really know how the fuck this signal is getting anywhere, but whatever.
Yeah.
The woman miraculously thinks, "Oh yeah, the signal's going through the PA system." I have no idea why that would be the first instinct that comes to your head.
No.
Or any instinct
Also,
that comes to your head.
what was it? She had a revelation because the other officer said something to her.
Her pulse was low or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she didn't
Her
even
pulse was low, by the way. Get
get
her
her
out
out
of
of
here.
here. Yeah,
Pulse.
that's
That's it.
Oh my
the
gosh.
magic word.
how, it's
PA.
it's
Pulse.
PA. It's connected to his pulse. How did you?
Doesn't make any sense.
In what world do you
And
make
then-
that connection?
And then she tells the guy to try and interfere with the signal by
Yeah.
making the sound of a heartbeat over the PA system.
And he says,
And he goes, boom,
boom.
boom, boom. Hey, not the sound of a heart. That's the sound of a bomb going off.
you know
Why
the
are
thing
you
you're trying to not have.
Why are you fucking doing this to us right now? Yeah, it's almost like he was like encouraging Sharon with like some extra like little oomph, like, oh, the place is gonna fucking blow if you don't kill this man.
Dude,
right now.
that would have been really incredible cinematically if they would have been able to pull it off. Like
Yeah.
if they would have been able to chop that up dramatically, it would have been something. But they did not do that. And then
But
No.
also, I wouldn't have been able to take it seriously because the guy was just going boom, 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 boom.
well, then the best part was the very next scene with like no resolution. They just cut to the outside of the fucking hotel, and it's like
Yeah.
resolution music, everything's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
And in my mind, I'm thinking like, is that guy still sitting there going like, boom,
Yeah,
boom?
yeah,
Like,
because then
say.
yeah, because then the captain goes up to her when she's finally after. It's the daytime now, so it's been what 8 hours in this
Yeah.
fucking place, and she's just been bleeding out in the basement. Finally gets her into an ambulance, and as she's getting in addition to making that stupid comment about like, I know how to dial the phone too. He just like wraps everything up in a nice little bow by telling her like, hey, they defused all the bombs. And then I wasn't, and that's it. It's like, by the way, they took
By
care of
the
everything.
way,
They just did that.
They just did that right now.
Right.
Just so
Yeah.
we're just so you know. We're
Yeah,
good.
I guess
We're
they
good.
could have like slapped the watch on somebody else, and then it would have taken over the signal. But even then, a little risky. You know, I feel like this was a ballsy move. But
Yeah, because all it said was it was going to disrupt the signal, so it wasn't going to know. So I'm like,
none of
I'm
them
like,
should
I
be
was like,
around
what-
the building.
Yeah, I'm like, wouldn't like disrupting the signal be like maybe not a good idea? Like
Yeah.
it's
You don't know.
you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it could
You
be like,
don't know how-
oh shit, it's
You don't
cut
know
the
how
signal off.
PA system radio waves that set off detonator. Like, you don't know how that works
Nobody does.
because it's not real.
Oh fuck! What else did I have? Here? I had, like,
What's the line he says when Andrew does Clay? It's like something.
I think I have
God,
it written down.
when
I think I
they're
have it
setting
written.
up-
I
they're
think I have
setting
it
up
written down, and I think it's what I was going to tell you.
Go.
That was it when he has her as a hostage.
Yeah. Well,
When he has Shannon as a hostage toward the end.
yeah.
Because
at
I
the
have that
end,
one where he says,
on that. What the fuck is that elevator? I was
It's
so confused.
okay. So it's some kind of. I think it's some kind of like construction worker lift that they use for something or something, isn't it? Like some kind of.
I don't remember. I
know
thought they
because
just
I
somehow-
thought they said it was like a clear panel one that you could just see. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, but they're seriously.
I thought that they just
it's-
were. They're like just somehow got on top of a
I thought
regular.
that's-
elevator.
Yeah, or like
That's
they were
what I
just
thought.
manually operating it or something. I don't know. The shit was janky as fuck. I don't
He
know
says,
what the hell was
he
going on.
says hit the button, and then they go into an elevator, and then they're on top of an elevator. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't understand.
I also don't understand.
That's
I don't know how
mistake.
that happened.
The
That was
green
it.
screen makes it all possible, really,
Okay.
guys.
There
Yeah,
it is.
Chris hit him with it.
Fuck, where was it? It was. I don't remember. I didn't write when this was. I forget. He said. I don't remember who he's talking to either. But Dice says. I think it's when when he's about to go up on the elevator. That's what it was. Which again, master of disguise. He puts on. He
Like
puts on-
Hitman, he puts on a different
he puts
outfit,
on- yeah,
and
just
suddenly
like-
no one can figure out who he
just
is.
like Hitman. He
Yes.
puts on like one of the SWAT uniforms and some shades.
Hey,
and then just
Why
walks
did
out of there.
any of the officers have shades? It's nighttime.
No idea.
Because it's Andrew Blank Clay. Like
And-
he needed.
Oh, good old D Clay.
D. Clay.
DJ Clay up in his house. Yeah.
Wiki. Yeah, it's like things as he's getting Shannon Tweed's character like to the elevator to go up. He says, "Don't know what any of this means. Not a wrinkle in her face, just a bullet in her head. Remember that." What is that fucking?
That
I don't even know if
I
that's the one
asked
you're
you
talking
that.
about.
I
That's not the one
asked
I'm
you
talking
about this
about.
several times, and I was like, "What does it mean?"
I don't know, but the second he said it, I wrote it down because
Well,
like,
I'm
not gonna
be
remember
thinking.
this horse
I'm gonna be thinking about this for at least the next 6 years. So let's unpack it here. I think he's trying to say that she was beautiful and died looking young. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay,
Like-
we're gonna go with that because I've already thought about it more than I'd like to.
Oh God, I can't remember it. But he sets up her saying the line of the movie.
Oh yeah, because
Yes, she says the thing.
I wanted to rewind. I didn't want to rewind it because we had already paused it so many times to write down shit because I was like and back things up because like that didn't happen, did it? Oh, it happened. But yeah, he sets it up with like a no. He does it earlier in the movie too. It's like no something, and then.
I thought
fight
he was gonna
that-
say it.
I thought he was gonna say it
Because it
too.
would have been so much cooler if he said it. Because he would have been the villain, like no contest.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it would have been like
No, the
like, he's
reason
crazy.
why she said, you know, the meta reason why she says it, right?
because she's beating up a man. Is that the whole thing?
No,
What?
because he ruined the beauty contest. So now it's no contest.
But he
'cause
should-
it's ruined.
So he
But
should
he
say
should have
no
said that.
contest.
Yeah.
He's
That's
the
what
one
he's
that
implying.
stopped the contest.
Maybe he should have said that when he shot the girl in the head.
She's
then.
like, I didn't want the contest anyways. No contest. Like, fucking, it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
because she's against it. Because the whole time in the movie, she's like, they're the ones that asked. My agent's the one that asked me to host this thing anyway.
yeah. I didn't
So
wanna
now
be here.
she's against. She's such a good feminist character. She's so against the entire internalized misogyny of beauty pageants that she's like, no contest.
Well, now her.
But she's not good enough, as we discussed earlier, to rally all the women together to band together as one. And
yeah, there's a point
and
where
win.
there's like 5 women in the room and 1 guy.
the closest, and she did
I
get
was
close
like-
at one point where she was knocked unconscious and then pretended to still be unconscious
She's talking.
and is talking out loud with her eyes closed, just, hey, reach behind me and get the gun.
Yeah,
and then
by
you
the
look
way,
behind her,
how did no one see
frisked her.
that?
You knock her unconscious, drag her over, and set her down. You didn't see this gun-sized bulge in her back at all.
I have no idea. They didn't check at all. They knew she had a gun.
They knew she had a gun. She's had guns
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
The second that she like disappeared, she's again like a fucking Fallout game. anywhere she walks, there's a gun. I'll just take the radio.
In the kitchen, nice Mac 10 right there. Like
Yeah, there's
the old mac and
fucking
cheese.
there was a fucking Mac 10 and a fucking radio right next to each other in the kitchen for no reason. There was no people in the kitchen.
I just had a personal gripe with the foodborne illness associated with that piece of meat that had been left out
sitting
there
out
for
no
God
reason.
knows how long. There was a piece of meat that he was throwing knives at
Roddy
her.
Piper.
And I was
it landed in a fucking
just
like a
chilling.
big fucking like honey baked ham.
All
just,
I said was,
chilling.
why is that sitting on the counter like that? And he's like, well, it's probably been there from when everybody escaped. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm just so concerned that someone's going to get food poisoning from that kitchen.
Were they to eat it? Probably.
Yeah. Also, when he's throwing the knives too, there's like weird lines dubbed in.
There's weird
Where he's like,
sound effects,
Yeah, it's
too.
like, well, no. Well, again, because we had shoot. Well, he said shoot, and he also said shit. Because like when he said because again, we're watching the subtitles. Like, is he just screaming at himself because he's so bad? I thought he was good, but like, yeah, he. I think it's hilarious. He throws a knife that goes through a metal pot, and then he throws another one and just like sticks in the slab
just
of
a
meat.
little bit. Just a little bit though.
That's true, just a little bit.
Through a metal pot and just a little bit into some ham.
Yep. I don't understand. The very last thing I have here, if you noticed, if you watch the credits, like right when it stopped, the first credit roll says, based on a concept by Arthur Basting, I think I wrote his name down. No idea who this fucking person is. I went and Googled him. Don't know who he is. He didn't write the movie. He's not contributed to the screenplay or anything.
Not a person.
Just either not a person or... the
It's
screenwriter maybe overheard someone at a bar talking about a weird fever dream he had.
Arthur
it's a stage name.
There you go. It's a stage.
He's just the crazy guy in the bar that's always fucked up.
Yeah, it's like,
he's just sitting in the
"Hey,
corner. And
man."
he's like, no contest. And the guy's like, no contest. I like it.
Hey. He's like, no, if you just, you hijack a beauty pageant and there's a senator's daughter.
Give me the diamonds.
Give me the diamonds. Give me the fucking diamonds. I'm like, 10 million.
I don't want money. I don't need money.
I need the diamonds.
Revenge.
It's,
Which I think is that. So that's. Oh, that's
Well,
why.
yeah,
oh, yeah,
'cause
we
he
did.
had- oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
we
even talk
didn't-
about the actual
The
point of this.
subplot, that he has personal ties to this
Right.
motherfucking
Don't
guy
care.
or whatever.
I don't care.
I also didn't care. By the time it got
Does
to that
it
point,
really change anything fundamentally
Nothing.
about this movie?
No.
No, because there's absolutely no character development, so you don't care about the movie.
by the time it got to the point where it was like,
I was gonna like Andrew Dice. Like I thought he was gonna be not the worst villain.
Yeah,
I thought it was
like-
gonna be like, oh, you feel for the villain a little bit at the end.
because like, oh, he's doing this because he was wronged and getting
Didn't.
revenge.
He
and-
was smuggling drugs and got caught.
Yeah.
That's
and then got
he's
mad
upset.
about getting caught or getting turned in, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm gonna kidnap your daughter and I'm gonna
Also-
extort $10 million of diamonds out of you. And
Didn't really get caught because he's alive and here. So
Yeah.
get over it. Move on.
which they
I thought he died.
which they never
Yeah.
explained. It was one sentence.
And then he
And
was
that
there,
was
and they're
it.
like, "Oh, well, he's alive." And I think they said it again, like, "I thought he was dead." I'm like, "Okay, well, you know he's alive by this point.
Yeah,
like,
he's here.
You know
He's
that
killing
he's
people
alive.
right now.
Also, you know who this guy is, so maybe mention it to fucking everybody that's here.
Also, I was wondering, I don't know, did they even dive into it, how the bodyguard kind of knew him? Because I feel like, I don't know if
I don't
they
think so.
implied that or not, but I
Yeah,
feel like
they
they,
did.
I feel like they should have.
He said, "I think I might know him."
Right,
But I'm not
'cause-
sure.
And yeah, he said, "Oh, that's right." He said that after a printout came into their, their little fucking base shed in the fucking parking lot, where it has all of his whole fucking like rap sheet. They take it up and doesn't even look at it, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and the Colombians got up. I'm like, "You didn't even look at this," and then like, "Do you know him?" No, I don't think so. I don't.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Thanks for not helping the police.
Yeah,
We
appreciate it. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, that brings us to final grades. Who wants to go first for this piece of shit?
John wants to go first.
All right.
Sure
yeah,
does.
I didn't like it. Didn't like any of the characters. I was excited to see Andrew Dice Clay in a movie because I think he's hilarious. He's a douchebag, but what are you gonna do? It's more hilarious that it would be hilarious to see him embarrass himself. Which, yes, that happened many times. I wish it was either more over the top or more real, and it was neither of those things. Get a fucking boom operator that knows how to keep it out of the fucking shot. It's not that difficult.
Shoulder
Well,
presses.
it is difficult. I will say it's difficult. Notice it. Get another shot. It's not that hard to notice. I noticed it as soon as I started watching the movie. The first time I saw the scene, I saw it. It bothers me so much.
Or, I don't know, get a monitor that works. Like, was the director even watching the scene?
I don't think so. I don't think they were watching. I think he was like, oh, God. Because it's like halfway into the movie, I was like, he's just like, fucking.
I feel
let's
like
just finish this thing.
every day of set, the only people on set were the people in the scene that you could see, the camera operator, and the boom operator because we saw the boom.
Boom operator might have been the camera operator with like a string.
You know,
Just like fucking.
still, yeah, just a weird pulley system.
Yeah, didn't care about any of the characters. Could not tell you 3 characters in this movie. I didn't like the plot. I thought it was silly. It wasn't even a good like revenge thing because I didn't feel for the villain at all. Like it was bad. I didn't like. Can we do Fs? I didn't even enjoy.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go now because of what you're saying right now.
Just because the show's demonetized doesn't mean you can't do an F.
Yeah, I think I would just not watch this movie. So not even to not enjoy it, if that makes sense. What else did I like? I'm trying to think what I liked about this movie. So, and they also just push the agenda of pageant girls have to be these shallow, useless people for the most part. Whereas they could have made either push women being powerful and everything like that, all of them in the movie, or well, just do that. Just do that.
No, or just that.
There shouldn't be an or. Yeah, but at the time they should have picked that, or just a straight action movie that's generic down the line, which wouldn't have been successful either. They should have just pushed it.
And to be fair, yeah, because this one wasn't either. So
Yeah.
Here right now, sorry, it's really hot.
I really can't think of anything I enjoyed in the movie. Yeah, it sucked. F.
full F.
I really
Full F.
I will never rewatch this movie.
Okay, is
Go
it
for
my
it.
turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, I am so. First of all, I want to congratulate you on having a brain because when we first started this, and when I heard that you were really excited about watching this movie, I watched it and I was very concerned as to how I was going to be able to talk to you about it because I did not enjoy it at all either. And I didn't want to say, I seriously did not say anything to you about what I thought. Did I say anything after it was over?
No, just a
That
lot
is-
of huh?
That's
And like that was about
that's very rare for me because I'm typically very, I don't know if you know this, but I talk a lot sometimes. So I'm very opinionated when I have an opinion about anything. This movie was so bland and so fucking boring to me that I felt absolutely nothing after an hour and 40 minutes of focusing on it. I watched it the whole time. I didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
And I
watched
felt
the movie.
and I felt like I watched nothing
Yeah.
the whole time. It was terrible. And it's so sad because, and this is nothing against the lead actress, which is, what's her name? Fucking
Shannon
Stormy
Tweed.
Shannon Tweed.
Weeds. I don't know.
Stormy Weeds.
Whatever her
Shannon
fucking name.
Tweed.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, that.
Gene
So,
Simmons' wife.
yep. Gene
Her.
Simmons lady. So I yeah, listen, it's nothing. She was the only, I would
Half decent person.
I would say slightly redeeming
Yep.
character in the movie because I kind of liked watching her do cool stuff and that was cool, I guess. But absolutely every single character got on my nerves. I didn't like any of them. It literally is exactly what you said. I couldn't stand any of it. I just felt that they stretched out so many irrelevant parts of this movie and rushed through the very important parts of the movie. So there was no suspense. There were just long periods of things that you're like, okay, this is supposed to be the fun part, but this is where the suspense part is supposed to go. There's no good part of it. So the fantasy that I had for this movie that never happened. You said, oh, they should have made these other characters more, dynamic and had more of a purpose and, instead of just being completely pageant, like completely shallow pageant girls or whatever. But my idea for this movie, the whole time I was watching it, is if this would have been a Die Hard spoof, if it would have been like not necessarily self-aware, but almost like a fun, almost like, do you remember that show with Pamela Anderson that was like she was some kind of fucking VIP agent or something like that?
Oh my God, I do.
Something that would, I think it was
was
called
that?
VIP, wasn't it?
I think it was. You're right.
Yeah,
it
so
was like
it-
a USA show called VIP.
This girl was automatic. Like she was obviously it was still a titty movie, even though it wasn't a titty movie. Like let's be real. Like so they could have done something fun with it. They could have made it like a fun, sexy movie that was kind of like Die Hard, but just like kind of fun. And they would have been able to have all these cheesy lines in there. They would have been able to pull it off. They wouldn't have had to have a very significant plot line. They wouldn't have had to make these characters likable because they were just gonna fucking kill them all anyway. So make it funny. I don't understand why they tried to make it serious. It makes no sense to me. I don't know, but that is, if anybody wants to make this into a musical, I would be totally down to see it. I would like to see it in a musical. The elevator scene. Can you imagine the elevator scene as a musical? Any of the elevator scenes. I mean, as a musical, I think it would be great.
Oh my God. Wait, which elevator scene? The one where she's
the
bashing
green screen one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when she's bashing, because I was just picturing her bashing his
On
brains
beat?
in
Wait.
to Ice Baby.
Yes.
Just like, she just walks, she like sees the ice machine. It's like, doom, 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 doom.
No, the ice is
What?
falling into
Wait,
the
I forgot
fucking
to ask-
thing.
I'm sorry to
to
go back.
the beat.
Why was she eating the ice?
I don't know. That's
Okay.
a great
Well,
question.
Some people
Don't
do
care.
that, but
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, but she's
in this,
being followed by murderers.
yeah, in this
Imagine,
situation,
like the spotlight on the ice machine, and she presses it, and it comes down to the rhythm of Ice Baby, and she just gets inspired, and she fills up this fucking bag and just beats the shit out of this guy. That as a musical, I'm giving myself a fucking A+ for that. The movie is a fucking big fat 0 F nothing. Okay, it's terrible, but as a musical, I think it has potential.
Cool.
okay. Shit, I'm trying to decide what I want to get. Yeah, I didn't care about anybody in this movie. I didn't really like anything in this movie. Nothing made fucking sense. It was completely nonsensical and stupid. I don't know. Like, the only redeeming quality, which we made. No, I won't do it. I was gonna say maybe the one redeeming. They have one way to try to redeem it for us, which is they actually made a sequel, which I'm not gonna try to subject anybody to because I don't know if it's.
Is it a musical?
No, I don't believe it is.
Oh, damn it.
But Shannon. But here's the thing. I don't know what it's about.
Is Andrew Dice Clay in it?
No, but Shannon Tweed is in it, so she's in it again. No idea what it is. The fucking the dude, the villain in it is a guy we know from other stuff. I can't remember. I just remember him from Pumpkinhead. I'll think of what else he's in and show you guys later. But maybe we'll do that later. Maybe we won't. We probably won't because this was too much as it was. So I'm gonna. There's no dice.
John
so,
says no.
No
no
dice.
dice. No dice.
The only reason I wanted to watch this movie was Andrew Dice Clay, and they didn't. God, I wish they just fucking made him the person he is more, even more than he already was. That would have made it entertaining for me.
Yeah.
And it was just not.
Yeah, so nothing. Everything sucks. But the musical idea sounds fun. So maybe for part 3, if they do part 3 as a musical, then I'm gonna give it a D, just solid D. No, fuck it, D-. It's garbage. I don't even want to watch it again for the things that I wanted to check
for. It
for.
was a tough watch.
This was rough. It was every second of the movie. I was like, what?
I'm just so relieved to hear that you guys fucking hated it as much as I did because
it
I
was
felt
trash.
so stupid.
It sucked.
No, I felt
It
so
wasn't
bad.
even-
It just wasn't good.
Yeah, at the end, it wasn't even fun. This part was fun, and I never want to revisit this movie again.
No, but I felt so dumb when I got done watching it because I was like, am I the only person out of the three of us that did not enjoy
Do I
this
just not
experience?
get it? Do I just not get Andrew Dice Clay? Like,
I mean, jeez.
I don't know.
I only understand him when he's Lady Gaga's dad. Other than that, I don't understand him. So
The 8 or 9 minutes that he's on screen,
I feel
or is
like
it more? I don't remember.
I don't know, but he was really great in that role, guys. Definitely watch the movie.
Yeah, don't watch this.
yeah. Sorry if you already did.
If you already watched it,
Yikes.
that's
And hey, it's
Why is the
almost a
homework-
musical that Andrew Dice Clay is in, so that
Almost.
kind of counts.
If anyone knows of a musical that Andrew Dice Clay was in, I will pay any amount of money for that film. I don't
care if it's home. Yeah, he'll produce
Right
it.
now.
Well, then why don't you
I don't
produce
care
the film?
if you're like a distant relative and you have like 6th grade home footage.
Oh God, yeah.
Something.
I would.
If anyone has footage of Andrew Dice Clay singing, we want it.
Yeah. He probably thinks he's a good singer. He's got to have.
What do you think is his go-to karaoke song if he has one? I already have my
It's
mine.
got to be Sinatra.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know. What are some? It's got to. I would think John Lennon, just because he.
Really? Oh no.
because he loved to beat the fuck out of women. So I thought.
I
I thought Andrew Dice Clay would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, folks? Love you, Beatles fans.
All right. Well, again, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody very much. If you're listening to us, you can listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch us over on YouTube at Circle/TV. Follow Circle/TV on Instagram. Follow D- Podcast on Instagram. That's it. Stay tuned we have a whole pile of garbage to get into now after this, and I don't even know where to start. But homework on Friday. Do you have something else you were gonna add?
Nope.
You did a weird breath. Okay.
Nope. Sorry, I was just taking all this in.
It's a lot.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. Good night and have a lovely fucking whatever.